Welcome to class, yogis. Today is Earth Day, April 22nd. So let's celebrate today. Let's start with this in a seated position of your choice. So Sukhasana, Virasana, Vajrasana, in a chair on the floor. Hopefully you have your props gathered that you might need for later over with your mat. So sticky mat, a couple blocks, strap, blanket. But beginning just in a seat and feeling, moving right to left, feeling your sit bones on the earth, forward and backwards. And then just as the Buddha connected to the earth after his many trials and his final trial with Mara, he was being quite challenged, of course. He put his hand to the earth and just grounded himself in the presence of the reality of the earth, what supports us. And then close your eyes down if it's comfortable for you, or take your gaze down. And just think about all the ways that the earth supports us, the atmosphere that we live in, air to breathe, the way the land supports us with food and shelter and beauty, and the oceans with food and beauty. And just the enjoyment that we have living on this planet. We're all a part of it, and it's a part of us. And this day is partly set aside to contemplate how we can contribute to a sustainable planet where there is reciprocity. We're not just taking, but we're giving. And the invitation today will be to come back to where subject meets object as we flow through a series of different shapes and movements and ideas here with our yoga practice. Coming back to where subject meets object, feeling the earth beneath you. And giving gratitude each time that you plant that back foot, that you feel your back body against the floor, that your hands touch down, that you walk gently forward. And now just find some stillness and take 10 rounds of breath. Steady as the mountains, grounded like the trees. Feel the rhythm of your breathing like the ocean tides. When you're ready, slowly lift your gaze, open your eyes, we'll come over onto our backs. And now here, just like the Earth's creatures, the animals of the Earth, just invite some pendiculation. So invoke a yawn and see what happens. No particular shape to achieve, just moving freely in your body. I'm going to start practice today with some of the more somatic movement. And so very simply, what I mean by that is that I'm not going to prescribe a shape. I'm just going to suggest an area that you explore and allow you to, find some movement on your own, really. So you could be on your back here, you could be on your belly, you could have the knees bent, soles of the feet on the floor. But we'll just begin with the feet. So just find some movement in your feet that allows you to sense your feet, how your feet move, what directions your feet move, and if there's any restrictions in your feet. And if the rest of your body moves when you move your feet, that's perfectly fine. And then explore movement through your lower legs. Your upper legs. Into your pelvis, your hips. Again, there's no right or wrong here. This is you exploring your hips. It feels nice. Move then to more to the pelvis area, pelvic region. And know we have lots of ideas of how we could move this area and shape this area. But maybe there's something that you want to do. It helps to close your eyes and just allow it to happen. Like you are what some folks would call a fidgety first grader, but fidgety kids, I was a fidgety kid, and there's a strong sense when you're fidgety that the body needs to move. It gets stuck, it gets sticky, and that's why we are fidgety often. Right. Then move into your back body. And down the spine in any way that feels supportive, exploratory. Again, it helps to take a yawn and let the yawn and just begin this art of pendiculation. Been with Eddie the cat all week, watching him pendiculate. take your focus narrow for a minute and just work in one area of your back. Maybe changing up what you normally do. And again, it might be that your whole body gets involved in the movement. But your focus is on one area, say in your spine. And take it into the shoulders. Notice too the energy, the feelings that come up when you don't have a lot of direct guidance from your teacher, but you're just on your own. How does it feel? And if there's any bit of anxiety there, take a couple of breaths and just know that you know. Your body knows what to do. Maybe in the hands and the arms now. Now I will guide a little bit, so take the soles of your feet to the floor. Press the tops of your thighs away and tilt your pelvis forward anteriorly, drawing your low back away from the floor. And then relax everything back to the floor. Pressing your low back into the floor, releasing the pressure from your hands. And then inhale, draw your low back away from the floor. Exhale, relax it back down. You can even press a little bit. Just feel the whole support underneath you, your feet touching the floor, your back on the floor. Getting all this feedback from the earth. What a better place, right, than that to get the feedback. Now pull your knees into your chest, wide. Just move back and forth a little bit. Feel your kidney spaces, and feel free to modify this. Take it, make it yours as you move back and forth. Take the legs up towards the ceiling. And here, if you can reach the back of your thighs, you'll take the back of your thighs. Otherwise, take a belt around there. You can move in and out with the legs. Press through the feet. Again, make it yours. Feel your solid pelvis on the floor, right and left touching equally. And then you can bend and extend through the legs, through the knees. Touch down, press up to a bridge. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Rock in with the knees, take them wide, side to side. Extend legs up, hands behind the legs, point and flex at the ankles. Bend your knees, touch down, press up into bridge. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Bring your knees into your chest. Wide knees, rock side to side. Extend legs up. Press the front of your thighs and resist back with your legs. flex and extend at the ankles, at the knees, touch down, press up, bridge, roll down one vertebra at a time, press your low back into the floor, draw your knees in, circle now the knees. Feeling the follow through. Anywhere else in your body, take it in the opposite direction. Legs straight up, press the front of your thighs, resist with your legs. Bend and extend at the ankles. Flex and extend at the knees. Touch down, press up, bridge. Draw your knees away, feel length across the top of the thighs. Let's hold this one for a few rounds of breath here. Anything you want to do with the arms, make it yours. And then roll down one vertebra at a time. Slow as you can go. Slow as you can go. And then arms in cactus position and knees stacked over your hips. We'll just rock from one side to the other. Make it yours. It's not really any particular shape. There's no asana here, right? We're just moving in our bodies, playing in our bodies, feel how we articulate through different joint spaces. Where is it sticky? Where does it feel free? The next time your knees are over to the left, stay there, reach your palms out. You could pat underneath your head here. I'm just going to do a little bit of the sliding with the hands. So slide the right hand away from the left and then back and slide. So the palms are touching and then you just slide the right hand as far as possible, then back. Just a few times here, feeling into this the right shoulder. Good. Then take your arms up at a 45-degree angle or so and slide and come back. So this is a great way to prep for downward facing dog, right? This is the position of the arms. So if you tend to get a little sticky in down dog and have trouble there, here we go. This is a great little somatic work. Then we slide the arms down and reach away, come back. Slide the top hand away, come back. Like 6 to 8 reps, and then we'll come back onto our back and go back and forth again. Until we land on the other side. Right, so now you're on your right side body. Get my little down jacket pillow. Knees are bent and arms are stacked, and slide the left hand beyond the right. Maybe you have some awareness of in which position you have more space to move. Good, then the arms up, slide and slide. And then down at an angle. And then we come back to center, come back onto our backs, rolling back and forth. Or rocking back and forth once again, just side to side. Maybe you touch out the top leg, top leg comes long and you reach out with your top foot and just touch your toes. Make it playful. Make it yours. We'll slow the rocking down, coming back to center. Stacking knees over hips and taking the hands to the top of the thighs. Press your legs into your hands and press your hands into your legs and feel your abdominal muscles come online here a bit. And bring hands behind your head. On your next exhale, draw your elbows towards one another and draw your knees in towards your chest. And on your next inhale, open the legs back out and press your elbows into the floor. And exhale, elbows in, knees in. Your head can stay on the floor. You could slightly lift. Inhale. Exhale. So as you go, just maybe increase the effort. Change it up in any way. You could explore the old bicycle. You bring opposite knee into opposite elbow. You could release the hands to the floor, and as you bring the knees in, lift your head and shoulders and slide your hands along the floor. Back. Slide your hands along the floor. Inhale, you come back. Just be exploratory. Good. The next time you inhale, you can take your feet all the way to the floor, position of comfort, and then either stretch your legs long or take a block under your sacrum and stretch one leg at a time or both legs if that feels okay in your body. And settle here. So one of the things that the somatic work teaches us, the more interoceptive kind of work, like inside out, for lack of a better term, is to take the pause to notice. Taking the pause to notice. So we're not just slamming through practice. We're not just going full out all the time without noticing what's happening in our bodies. The brain needs to sort of catch up too. It needs to know what's happening. Good. Then you can come to supported bridge with the block underneath your sacrum. Press up and scoot the block out of the way. Slowly roll down. Great. Then either roll to one side, rock the length of your mat, will come up to a seat. Take your time. Mhm. And let's take, we'll start in Sukhasana. And again, find your even sitting. Find your even sitting. Imagine your favorite tree, your favorite plant. Just grounded here, really grounded, but bright up through the top, to the top of the, whatever it is you chose. And then we'll stir through our pelvic bowl. Might feel nice to add a little cat-cow action as you stir. In both directions, friends. Come back to center. Take your arms out to a T and reach to the right. Back and reach to the left. Make this as fluid as possible as you move back and forth. Reaching with the right hand, reaching with the left hand. Changing the height. Reach down for the floor. Good. And then finally reach with the right hand to the floor and extend the left arm up, taking a gaze at your left bicep. Exhale, reach the left hand away and turn and look at your right hand. Inhale, reach the left arm up, gaze at your bicep. And exhale, reach the left hand away and gaze at your hand. Right hand. Okay, just a few rounds here. Slowly working into your neck. The next time you inhale, left arm up, stay there for a few breaths. Drop your right shoulder out of your ear. And then from here, slowly turn to your right, bringing your left hand somewhere to the outside of your right thigh. Maybe walking your right hand back a bit for a little bit deeper twist. This can be right down at the floor. And then just as if you were a spring wound up, just let yourself spring back to center, take a little counter twist. And back to the middle. And let's stir through the pelvic bowl again. Both directions. Arms out to a T, reach to the left, reach to the right, to the left, reach to the right. Reach down towards the floor, left hand comes to the floor, right arm up and over. Take a look at your right bicep and then exhale, press the right hand away, look over at your left hand. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, reach the right arm away, look down at your left hand. Exploring here, grounded through the sit bones, into your mat, into your chair. Next time you reach the right arm up, gazing at the right bicep, stay. Drop your left ear out of your shoulder. Twist to the left, bring your right hand to the outside of your left leg. Maybe take your left hand behind you a little bit more. And just one full breath in this twist. And then bring yourself back to center, a little counter the other direction. And we stir through the pelvic bowl one more time. Adding any other movement in your spine, cat-cow movement as you go. Opposite direction. Beautiful. And then coming back to center, let's fold here. Let's just invert whatever's possible in your body. Thinking about whether you want to go to the end range or not, or stay back and let the muscle tension settle. So, and then we can walk hands to one side. Keep the hips down. Keep the sit bones planted firmly. Come through center to the other side. Back to center. Maybe you can go a little further if that's something that you desire. Walk the hands back. We'll shoot the legs out behind, come to tabletop. And find that cat-cow once again. Here you could explore beginning the whole movement in the hips and the pelvic area, with the head in the middle of the back, play around with different ways of beginning or doing the movement. And just set your hands a little further forward and rock your hips back. Come forward, so you're really almost covering the whole length of your mat here. Feel your hands on the ground, your knees and shins, the tops of your feet, appreciating the opportunity to load the hands, the wrists, the shoulders. Next time you come forward, keep coming until you're in sort of modified upward facing dog. So legs are on the floor and you're reaching the chest through the arms. Then firmly press into your arms and shoot your hips back towards child's pose, reaching your hips back. Spin your triceps down towards the floor. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, come back up, shoot all the way forward. You're still on your knees, your lower legs, your thighs are off the floor. You're in a variation of upward facing dog. Press firmly through your hands. Bring your hips back. Pull your triceps down towards the floor. This is kind of a puppy pose, so the arm position is the same as downward dog. Coming forward again all the way. Back. And now put your forearms to the floor. Hips are high-ish. All right, so there we go. You can see a little bit. And then just sway the hips right and left. Feel the support of the forearms, lower legs, your knees on the floor. And then keep coming back, straightening your arms, setting your forehead down to the earth. Is, you know, a pretty sacred kind of landing there. As if you could kiss the earth. Great. Inhale to come forward now and turn the toes under. Turn the toes under and press up and back to downward facing dog. Let's take a really wide down dog and bending through one knee and then the opposite, really stretching, working the calves, the Achilles tendon. Then take your downward dog a little shorter. And come up onto your tippy toes. And then see if you can get your heels down towards the floor. And up, rock forward onto your tippy toes. So you're loading the hands a little bit. And then back down. Heels to the floor. Come forward, load the hands, the wrists. And back down. Up onto the tippy toes, come forward. Back down. And then bend your knees generously and walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're in a fold, hands connected to the floor. So we have the kinetic chain. Now, if that's not happening for you with even with your knees bent, just connect to a set of blocks. But we want the kinetic chain completed. So we're not hanging. We have contact, feet to the earth, hands to the earth. Right, then scoot the hips back even more. You can take your forearms to your thighs. And you just rock back and forth a few times. Heels to toes. And then from here, press yourself all the way up to standing and find Tadasana. Find Tadasana. So firmly planted feet, hands reaching towards the floor. Palms are facing forward. Draw your ears back over your shoulders. So it's like you're giving yourself like that double chin. Just feel underneath your feet. Just feel now ground, the earth supporting you in your Tadasana. All right, so if you're not already there, take about the middle of your mat and bring hands to hips now. And step your right foot forward and your left foot back. And as you bend to the front knee any amount, at the same time, press into your back heel. And then inhale, straighten up. Straighten up, people. And exhale, press into the back heel as you bend the front knee. Any amount is fine. So this is the warrior one. And then straighten up, both legs straight. And then last time, press it, press. And then open up your arms out to the sides in a big, open, expansive, here I am, living on the earth. So we'll vinyasa back and forth between this warrior one pose. On the next exhale, we're going to straighten the front legs, round the back, bring the hands together. Inhale, bend through the front knee as you press into the back heel, open up. Exhale, round the back, bring the hands together. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. The next time you inhale, hold that there. And then start to lean forward, bring the hands behind like you're gonna take flight. And then walk the back foot up. You could stay right here or lift the back leg any amount. Next inhale, you'll sweep the back leg up, reach your arms out in front, steady yourself in a standing figure four. Bring the standing hip in. And next exhale, just set your foot back down to the floor, Tadasana. Inhale, scoop your arms up overhead. Urdhva Hastasana, and then exhale through the center. Bring the fingers, hands to the floor, and step or jump back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet in a little closer so you have a very short stance, downward dog. Come up onto your toes, rock your weight forward over your hands. Right, so you're loading the wrists, and then exhale the heels down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your knee, walk your hands back towards your feet, bend your knees. Slide your hands to your thighs. You can reach the hips back. You could definitely take your hands off your thighs if you want. And then slowly press yourself up, Tadasana. Hopefully you're somewhere about in the middle of your mat. Step your left foot forward and your right foot back. Hands to hips. As you bend through the front knee, press on the back heel. Then straighten back up. Repeat. So bend through the front knee and you step into the back heel. Find a good, strong warrior legs with equal weight on the front foot and the back foot. And the next time you're in the pose with the legs, open up the arms. And for me, now I'm really getting this sensation that's very different on this side. As you exhale, you'll straighten the front legs, round your back, bring your hands together in front of you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Really get the heart space open, arms back on that inhale, exhale, round. Straighten the front leg, balance C. Weight on the inhale, front knee is bent. And then you're just gonna rock. Lean forward like you're looking out over the edge of your mat. Arms are out like you're gonna take flight. Bring the back foot up. You could stay right here or lift the back leg any amount. And next inhale, you draw the back leg, the lifted leg up. And a standing figure four. Feel the support you're getting through your left foot here. And then exhale the right foot down, Tadasana. Reach the fingertips towards the floor. Draw the chin back and in that double chin. Very good. Now let's line up with the long edge of the mat and take a wide stance here. You'll need a block behind you. Let's take the drawing of the man. What you know what I'm talking about. There we go. X position. Right. And just a little offset the hips and tip to one side, offset the hips and tip to the other side. Archimedes, is that it? Yeah. And just back and forth. You can add a little bend in the knees if you need or want. Just again working sideways a bit. Good. And then we'll windmill the hands towards the right foot as we turn the right foot to line up with the long edge of the mat. And then the left heel goes out. Here we are, warrior two legs. And we'll drop into the warrior two legs just momentarily. Bring the back hand back. Feel this. And then we'll straighten up the front arm, bring it up towards the ceiling, reach the side ribs, straighten the front leg, and float down to that block on the outside of our lower leg, Trikonasana. Okay, so we'll revisit that one time. So in your next exhale, you can bend through the front leg and sweep the arms back to warrior two. Reach the back arm like you're pressing into a wall behind you. Inhale the front arm. Reach through that just like we did when we were sitting. Okay, then straighten the front leg and just float down. Hand comes to the block. Trikonasana. Two rounds of breath here in your Trikonasana. Great. Now inhale, bend through the front leg. Take your block with you and come through warrior two. Straighten both legs, turn both feet to be parallel to one another. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, take a fold just right in front of you with the block here. Can you press your hips back? So do a little anterior tilt of the pelvis. So you're drawing your pubic bone away from your navel and lining your hips up with your heels. And yes, you can't see yourself doing it, but if you're too far forward, you probably have a lot of weight on your hands. So stack your hips back, and now it's more of a hamstring stretch, right? Great, bend through the left knee and turn your left foot. You can take the block over there with you. Bending through your left knee, setting yourself up in the warrior two legs first. Reach through the right arm, like you're gonna press onto a wall behind you. Maybe even both hands, palms come out. Nice and balanced, good. So back heel, outer back heels engaged, front foot's engaged. Feel the earth beneath you. Great, then inhale the front arm. So you have all this length in the front body. And as you straighten the front leg, you float everything down. Find the block here on this side. to the outside of your lower leg. And if that is not accessible for you today, just bring your hand to your shin or your thigh. Good, we'll do that one more time. So bend through the front knee and sweep back up into warrior two. Press the back hand into the imaginary wall. Inhale, stretch the front hand, really getting a lot of length in the sideways there. And then as you straighten the front leg, you float down. And the arms find themselves in the position. Here we are, Trikonasana. 3 rounds of breath here. Beautiful. Bending through the front knee, take your blocks, sweep yourself back, warrior two, turn both feet. Bring your block out in front, inhale, lengthen through the crown, draw the chin in, and exhale, take a fold. Again, block here. You could come all the way down if you'd like an inversion, come all the way down to putting your head on the block. Maybe your head comes all the way to the floor. Hands on the block, hips back. Just choose what feels like it's the right thing for you and trust yourself here that you know. And any other little movement you need. Then we'll heel toe the feet together until you're in kind of a wide squatty stance. Bring your hands to your thighs and press yourself up. Great. Now we're going to finish standing with some balancing. So you have a choice of no block, 1 block, or 2 blocks. We'll see if I lead the frame here, if I go into 2 blocks. So part of the fun of 2 blocks, it's not really that much harder. It's just that I get to practice that standing and bringing the outer hip in of the standing leg and then stacking my feet. So you're gonna feel that with 1 block as well. And you can definitely use some support anywhere you'd like to, wall space. But whatever your standing leg is, whatever you're using for a prop, 1 block, 2 blocks, or the floor, bring your weight into that foot. And if you're on a block or 2 blocks, let the other foot hover. And then set the other foot into whatever your version of Vrksasana is going to be. You could play with the lifted leg, the free leg. Step out and bounce the heels. Take the pause. Sense your body. Now take the other side. The other side could be completely different. You might not want the blocks. You might try the 2 blocks. Draw your hip in. That buttocks have a big, strong glutes there. And the other foot hovers. Maybe rests on top of the foot or into the calf. You decide where you want to be. play, free the leg, play. Creaky knees. And step off. Or open up whenever you're done and bounce the heels. Bounce the heels. Take the pause. Feel the feet on the ground. Then Tadasana, back of the mat. Your blocks might be there in the middle of the mat, that's okay, we'll move them out. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold here. Hands to the floor. Walk your hands as slowly as possible to the front of your mat. Downward facing dog. Lift the heels, spread the feet. Then walk your feet as slowly as possible up to your hands. Slide your hands to the top of your feet. Bend your knees. Slide your hands up to your thighs. Sit in the chair. Feel the ground beneath you. Press into the earth and feel the rebound, the energy that you get back as you inhale all the way up with the hands. Exhale, hands to heart center. Reach your fingertips towards the earth. Chin back, ears over shoulders. Tadasana. Then heel toe the feet apart so that you can come through a squat. A squat and all the way to your seat. All the way to your seat. Just take hands behind you. So knees bent, soles of the feet on the floor, hands behind you. We'll play with some boat variations. So just one leg up, point the toes, set that down. Opposite leg, set that down. You can go with both legs, or you can go with one at a time, or you can take your hands behind your thighs to this variation of boat. Dry your navel up and in. Feel your sit bones on the earth. Maybe play around with a different hip balance. Balance key here. So how do I balance front to back, right to left? Hello. We'll slowly lower ourselves back to the floor. Maybe not so slowly. And just feel as you come back down to the floor, the whole feedback from the floor. So yogis, we're really very lucky to have this practice where we lie on the floor. Most people are not used to anything firm, like lying on the floor. They're used to a soft bed, a soft chair, a soft sofa, which smudges the interoception, or it's the felt sense. We get this great opportunity for feedback because we go on a hard floor. So coming all the way back down to your back and pausing for a minute and just getting any feedback. And then taking whatever feedback you've got. I'd like to twist a little bit more, or I'd like to bend my knees and work my pelvis and low back into the floor. Just find the information and work with it. If Shavasana is calling you, then it's Shavasana. If I kind of like to come back personally to the floor and sort of do the same thing all over again. And maybe it's a half bow because we worked with our legs in standing posture. So I want to stretch the top of the leg, the front of the leg, the quad, So get your information and let your body tell you what to do next. This earth body, this solid matter, that's where we are right now at this point in our lives, in our existence, this earth body. Let it speak to you. Just slowly unwind back towards your final resting position. Trust that what you practice is enough. What we practice is enough for any given time. And you'll go through the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and there'll be more yoga, because yoga is really mindful movement. What we're doing is increasing our proprioception, how we are in space, how our bodies move in space, our interoception, our understanding from the inside out. That's what this practice is. And it's every day. So trust that what you've done, this practice is on the mat is enough. And then just begin to settle. Settle yourself back onto the floor. Of course, any resting Shavasana, you could go to wall space, raise up the wall. And for today's practice, I will leave you in your Shavasana. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on Thursday. Namaste.